I want to have a conversation today about 5 people that will do you wrong, all right, in your life. And these are the people that you no longer need. I'm sure you know these people. I'm sure you dealt with these people. But if you really want to elevate your life this year, if you want to elevate your life right now, you have to get serious. You have to get serious about the people you are allowing in your life and the people that you are keeping in your life. Okay, I got to be real with you because what you allow in your life will continue to happen. A lot of us, I'm gonna keep it real, right? I'm just keeping it real with you right now. A lot of us, we complain about things, but we don't change things. We get on Facebook, we get on Instagram, we text our friends, and we complain about the same things we've been talking about for the last 5 months, the last 2 years of our life, and we're not doing anything about it. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have these 5 people in your life, maybe all 5 for some of you, even one of these people in your life, it's going to hurt your life. Facts, guaranteed. It's gonna hurt your life, and you're not gonna meet the greatest version of yourself, okay? So let's be real, take notes, but more importantly, I want you to make a change. Because if you don't make change, you're gonna continue to feel the same pain. You're gonna continue to go through the same situations. You're gonna continue to deal with the same stuff, okay? So invite somebody in here right now to watch this that you know needs, hey, homie, watch this right now. Hey, girl, watch this right now. Share this right now. Bring some people in here because somebody needs to hear this message. And I've been through all of these people. You know what I mean? I've dealt with all of these people. I've even been a person like this, like briefly in my life, I'm sure, because I'm not a perfect human being. But I've dealt with these people and I realized once I got the wrong things out of my life, I found my right purpose. Once I got the wrong things out of my life, I found more peace in my life. Once I removed the things in my life that were no longer good for me, then I lived a better life. Like a lot of us, and I'm just being real with you, a lot of us, we have so much confusion. We have so much pain. We have so many things causing our depression. I know sometimes depression is a clinical thing, but a lot of us, we have so much around us that's keeping us from loving ourselves. We have so much around us that's keeping us from being focused on the things that move our life forward. We have so much around us. Like all these outside things are controlling how we feel. At some point, you have to make a decision because again, nobody's going to do it for you. You can complain all you want. You can talk about it all you want. You can text about it all you want. You can post Facebook and Instagram posts about it all you want. But until you do something about it, nothing is going to change. So let's make this moment right now, the moment where you make a change. Okay, number one, the first person that will do you wrong is the person that hates their life. The person that hates their life will always try to find ways to keep you from loving yours. I'm going to let that simmer in your soul for a little bit. The person that hates their life will always try to find ways to keep you from loving yours. You have to get away from people who are not happy. You have to get away from people who love misery. As they say, misery loves company. That's why certain people around you, maybe this is you, you can't find people to be happy for you. You know why? Because they're not happy with their own life. How can somebody be happy for you? How can somebody celebrate you? How can somebody be happy that you're winning when they're not happy with their life? I've never met a happy hater in my life. In my life, I've never met a happy hater. I've never met a person that is happy for other people in the most part. Maybe there's exceptions to some rules, but they aren't happy with themselves. And so look around your life right now. Are the people around you happy? Are the people around you really hating their life? Because when they hate their life, a lot of times they try to make you hate yours. When they hate that they're dealing with certain situations, a lot of times they try to dim your light. They don't want to be happy for your happiness. They want you to make you feel guilty for your happiness. They don't want to see you succeed. They want to make you feel guilty for your success. And this is the truth. Somebody who truly wants to see you win, somebody who truly cares about you, somebody who truly loves you, somebody who truly wants to see the best you. I know this is common sense, but I'm going to speak common sense right now. They want to see you happy. They're not going to allow their bitterness to kill your spirit, right? They're not going to allow their situation that they're going through, their hard time that they're going through become a hard time in your life. And I always tell people this, I love helping people with their problems until their problems start to become my problems. Then I don't want to help you with your problems. I love to help you, but until you get to a point where you take ownership over your life, you get to a point where you actually want help, I'm not going to sit there and keep on helping you because that's when your misery starts to become mine. That's when your inner happiness starts to become mine. That's when your bitterness starts to become mine. And some of us, we carrying unhappiness, that ain't even ours. You carrying the person that you cool with's unhappiness. It ain't even yours. You're a happy human being. You got nothing going on in your life. But when you're around certain things, I've said this since day one, mindsets are truly contagious. And you're around people and now you feel sorry for your own life because they're living a sorry life. And I hate to say it like that, but I'm just keeping it straight up. They're choosing to live that life. They're wanting to live that life. And now you start to feel like, oh, well, this is the life that I need to live too. and you start to silence, you start to feel uncomfortable, you start to hold back all the things that are going right in your life because you don't want to make them uncomfortable, and you start to blend in. So a lot of us, I've been at this place in my life where I'm holding somebody else's unhappiness. I'm holding somebody else's stress. And I made up my mind a long time ago, I refuse to do that. I refuse to sit there and be unhappy when I'm really happy. I refuse to silence my wins because this person's not happy with their life. Like, I'm not throwing my wins all in their face because I want the people around me to win too. But I refuse to sit there in a place that I'm not supposed to be in. I refuse to sit in depression environment just because you're depressed and you want me to be depressed with you. So that's why it's very important to get around people who are working to better their situation, to get around people who are working to become a better version of themselves, to get around people who are trying to go somewhere better, trying to go somewhere different. Because if you hang around the same things, I know this is common sense again, you're going to get the same things. If you hang around people who are complacent with their unhappiness, you know what's going to be the next person that's going to be complacent with their unhappiness? You. Y-O-U. You're going to be the next person. So you got to say, listen, if you want to be unhappy and you want to choose to stay unhappy, and I've tried to help you and you want to refuse my help, and every time I talk about doing better with my life, you have a problem with it, every time I try to challenge you to change your situation, but you stay in that situation, then you always complain about that situation, I'm not going to be the person anymore that's going to be listening to the complaints that you ain't changing. I refuse to be your sounding board of depression. I refuse to be your sounding board of unhappiness. Now, I get it. Some people are depressed and they can't help it. And they want help. And those are the people that you're supposed to help. Those are the people that you're supposed to pick up. Those are the people who say, hey, I got you. Those people that you're supposed to carry on your back if they're not capable to walk by your side. But some people are capable to walk by your side, and you're allowing their mess to become the foundation of your life. You're allowing the trash that they're choosing to keep in their life start to stink up yours. And you're starting to hate your own life because some people don't want to see you happy. Some people don't want to see you in a happy relationship. So they hating on your relationship. They planting seeds of doubt in your relationship. They planting seeds of doubt in your dreams. They're planting seeds of doubt in your life. They're planting seeds of doubt in your friendship. They're planting seeds of doubt in your job because they don't want to see you live your best life. They don't want to see you be happy. They don't want to see that because every time they see that, it makes them crumble inside just a little bit more because they're not doing what they want to do with their life. So number one, the person that hates their life and choosing to hate their life will always try to find ways to keep you from loving yours. If you got that, like, please understand this and please make a change. Please say, you know what? I'm going to put myself first in this situation because you don't deserve to live a life of unhappiness when happiness is right in front of you every single day. You don't deserve to live a life of pain when the pain is not yours. You don't deserve to live a life of stress because you're taking on everybody else's stress. Protect your peace, right? Protect your peace. And a big part of protecting your peace is setting some down boundaries in your life. And some of the boundaries you need to set are with people that you love, with people that's close to you, with some friends, etc., that are choosing to stay in a certain place with their life. If they choose to stay there, it is not your responsibility to stop your life and sit there and help a person that doesn't want to be helped. I'm not saying don't help nobody that wants to be helped. Hear me clear. Help a person that doesn't want to be helped. Actually, help a person that's really just going to pull you down. I forgot what movie it was. It might have been New Jack City. I don't know what movie it was. It was a movie. It might have been not Above the Rim, with Tupac. Man, I forgot the movie. But there's plenty of movies like this where somebody's like hanging on to the side of a building, right? Ready to like let go. And you want to reach over to help them and save them. But instead of them allowing you to pull them up, they try to pull you down and kill you with them. And some people in your life, for some of you, are trying to kill you. And I'm not saying physical, but they're trying to kill you emotionally, spiritually. And all the mess that they're going through is now becoming the foundation of your life when it's not yours. So I want you to take ownership right now and say, this is my life. Take ownership right now and say it. This is my life. And I refuse to become somebody else's unhappiness. I refuse to become somebody else's misery. I refuse to lessen my life to sit there and make somebody else comfortable. We're not doing that no more. We done did that for far too long. Life is short. And when you really understand time, like I know we get it like tomorrow isn't promised, but do you really? Life is too short to sit here and live in some misery that ain't even yours to begin with. So that's number one. All right. The person that hates their life. Number two, the second person that will do you wrong and that will do you bad is the person that you left in the past. The person that you left in the past. I laugh about this because I know some of y'all are like, feeling this right now. You're probably shaking your head. Yeah, Trent, you're right. The person that you left in the past will always try to find ways to mess up your future. Listen, when you move on with your life, when you move forward with your life, and you have chose to left someone or something in the past, we're going to just say someone, a person in the past, and you go live a better life. You go elevate your life. You do better with your life. You do greater with your life. You're happier in your life. You are on cloud 9 in your life. You're climbing a different mountain. You are hitting your best life. They don't like that, because some people think that when you leave them in the past, your life is going to become worse. But when you start to do better without them, that's when they try to ruin your life. That's when they try to ruin your name. That's when they try to assassinate your character. You see, people want to control you. When they can't control you, they want to control the conversation. They want to control the narrative about you. That's why they're going to talk about you. That's why they're going to act like you did them wrong when they know they did all the wrong in the world. They want to control the narrative about you. If they can't control you anymore, if they can't pull you back, if they can't, use their manipulative ways to control you anymore, what they're going to try to do is control the story about you. It's try to control your name. It's try to control your reputation. So they're going to spread lies about you. They're going to tell everybody that you left their life, but they ain't going to tell people the reason why you left their life. They're going to preach to the world that you left their life. Oh, he did me wrong. She did me wrong. Blah, 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 blah. But they ain't going to tell the reason, because they want to play the victim card. Do not let people pull you out of character. Do not let people like this trick you out of your position. My mother told me this, and I live by it. She said, Trent, the best response is no response. The best response is elevating your life. The best response is taking your life to higher heights. The best response is giving them front row seats to watch you live your best life. And that's what I want for you, because I know some people in your past is trying to pull you back. I know some people in your past is trying to chain you to your past. I know some people in your past is spreading gossip, lies, rumors about you, talking about you, saying this about you. And you're a human. Like, you want to handle it. I get it. Like, you want to go check them. I get it. You want to go check her. I get it. But is it worth it? I'm going to tell you, the best response, the best revenge is no revenge. The best revenge is going to live your best life and allowing them to watch you heal, allowing them to watch you, because they watching you. You better believe it. It ain't about them watching you. Like, I don't want you focused on them, but trust me, they watching you. They watching your every move. And when they start to realize that the lies they spreading can't even touch the truth that God has put on your life, can't even touch the grace that God has put in your life, when they realize that everything they talking about you, no hater can stop God's favor, they start to realize that you're highly favorable. So when they try to make you non-favorable to people, and they realize, like, dang, everything I say, everything I do, this person keeps on rising. This person keeps on elevating. I thought that without me, they wouldn't be nothing. But without me, it seems like they becoming more. It seems like they becoming everything. That's when they try everything to pull you back. Don't let them do it. Don't let people pull you back to a past that you have healed from. Don't let people pull you back to a past that you have grew from. Don't let people pull you back from a past that you have elevated from. I know you want to check them. I know you want to say your piece, speak your piece, but sometimes the best way to protect your peace is to go live your best life. Don't make your healing about that situation. Don't make your moving on about that situation. Some of y'all know this quote because I share it all the time. If you want to move on with your life, focus on what you're moving on to, not what you're moving on from. And a lot of times we focus on what we're moving on from, and we keep allowing what we're moving on from to control how we feel, to control our conversations, to control how we move, to control our emotions, to control our attitude. And we're giving our energy to that. We're giving our energy to something that doesn't deserve our energy. We're giving our energy to something that isn't going to multiply our energy. We're going to give our energy to something that's really going to make us have more negative energy. Instead, we can be giving our energy to something that's going to better our life. We can be giving our energy to our future, because our future has the better that we deserve. Our future has our best life. Our future has our future healing. We should be focused on that. So don't let people that you left in your past mess up your future. And the only way they're going to mess up your future is if you give them permission to. Because hear me clear, they can drag your name through the mud. But guess what? Your reputation, your character is still going to be clean. And if somebody wants to believe something about you without even knowing you, if somebody wants to believe something about you without no evidence, if somebody wants to believe something about you without no proof, those ain't your people anyway. Like, straight up, those aren't your people anyway. So don't worry about that. And I know it hurts sometimes when people are lying on your name. I know it hurts when people try to, again, play the victim card when they know that they did you wrong. I know that. I know it sucks. But at the end of the day, you got to keep living your best life, because that's the life you deserve. Nothing can control you or stop you. You understand? Nothing can control you or stop you without your permission. There's nothing in this world that can control you or stop you without your permission. It's a reason why that person or people is in your past, right? They might try to control how people see you, how your friends see you, right? They might try to befriend your enemies and click up and say all these things about you. They might try to infiltrate your current circle just to stay around you. They might try to, get online and say things, make up fake profiles just to stalk you, just to create some negative narrative about you. But understand, they're not in control of your narrative. They can commentate on your life. They can spread gossip about your life. They can lie on your life, whatever it is. But you are the narrator of your life. Ultimately, God is the greatest narrator of your life, but you hold the pen. So it's nothing they can say do, lie on, spread rumors about, click up with people with, that can stop you. How do I know? Because I've been through that. Nothing is powerful enough to stop what God has for you. So I want you to focus on your future. But that's a person. When you leave a person in the past and they can't be a part of your future, and your future is better, your future is greater, your future is legendary, and they start to see that, oh yeah, that's when they'll try to pull you back. But you got to keep moving forward and let nothing hold you back in your life. So number 2, the person that you left in the past will always try to find ways to mess up your future. Number 3, okay, write this down. And if you have these people in your life, you got to make a change. And I'm just telling you this, like, there's no other way around it. Don't get on Facebook. Don't spend another year complaining about this person, right? Don't get in a text message group and still complain about this person. Stop. This person, these people, whoever it is, your friends, whatever it is, they showing you who they are. So why are you still talking about what they doing as if it's a surprise? It's no surprise. It's reality. So we're not going to spend more time off our life, wasting our time talking about something we already know what it is. When somebody has showed you consistent truth, that's what it is. So I don't want you spending any more ounce of your energy. I don't want you spending any more of your time. I don't want you to spend any more of your attention on that. It's time to move forward to greater things. It's time to move forward to better things. It's time to move forward to a legendary life, because a legendary life is available for you. But these people, those things in your past, want to keep you from that. And the best way to keep you from that is to take your attention away from it and put your attention on some things that should be beneath you. Don't allow people to pull you down to their level. Don't you ever do that. That's the biggest mistake you can make. If somebody wants to be in your life, be a part of your life, they need to rise up to your level. We're not lessening ourselves. We're not settling in our life no more. We're not doing any of that. This is the time where we take ownership over our life and say, hey, if you want to be a part of my life, then you're going to have to rise to the occasion, big dog. Because I'm not going back. I'm not looking back. I'm not moving back. I'm moving forward with my life, straight up, moving forward. Number 3, the person that sees you as an opportunity, okay, will always act like they're there for you when they're really just by yourself. When they're really there just for themselves. Okay. So the third person that will do you wrong is the person that just sees you as an opportunity. And look at your life. And it's not that hard when somebody just sees you as an opportunity. Obviously, they just want to be a part of what you got. Some people don't love you. It's my famous quote. Some people don't love you, right? Some people only love you, should I say, as much as they can use you. Some people don't come into your life to love you. They come into your life to use you. That's my famous quote that people love. And it's so true. Some people don't come into your life to love you. They come into your life to use you. Some people don't see you as a friend, see you as a sis, see you as a bro, see you as a whatever title they be giving you. Some people just see you as an opportunity. And as I always told you, when the benefits end, that's when you're going to see what's real. When you're no longer able to provide the opportunity, or you're no longer able to be the opportunity for them, that's when you'll see how they really feel about you. And you know what I'm talking about, because I'm sure you've been through this. When those benefits end, that's when that loyalty stops. When those benefits end, that's when that friendship stops. Because some people didn't see you as no friend. Some people didn't see your good heart. All they saw was an opportunity to come up off of your life. And sometimes we don't even think we're an opportunity. Like, how can I be an opportunity? But some people see things in you that you can't see in yourself. That's what manipulators are great at. They see things in you. They see you as an opportunity. They see you as an opportunity to progress what they're trying to do. I've been through this in business. I've been through this in friendships. I've been through this in business where literally a person would come to my house every single day and say, you my bro, and I got you. But as soon as the opportunity left, I ain't heard from that person. I ain't even talked to that person because the opportunity is no longer there. So that person only loved me just as much, just as long as the opportunity was there. These are people that will do you wrong. So what do you look for in this? Look for when you stop giving people what they want from you. And I'm going to tell you right now, I call it putting people on ice. Some people don't agree with this, but I do. I am very slow to give people what they want. Now, I'm not, being an a-hole with it. I'm not just like, making people wait for years, but I'm very slow to give people what they want because I want to see what's real, because true intentions will always get exposed. True motives will always get exposed over time. But some of us, we're so thirsty for an opportunity that we don't even realize that we are the opportunity. We're so thirsty for an opportunity. That's why we allow people to sell us dreams and we fall for it. We allow people, as I always talk about, the presentation. We allow people who have potential that maybe can help our life. We allow people to tell us the right things and we fall for it because we're so hungry for an opportunity. And I get it. Some of us want to go live our best life. Some of us want that next level. And we think because this person has sold us a dream, or this person might be in that position, we think that they can provide this for us. And so everything they tell us, we believe it because we're vulnerable, because our guard is let down. So everything they say, we believe is true. So they tell us sweet nothings. They give us promises with no commitments. And we fall for it every single time. Every single time we fall for it. And then what happens is once we're used up, or once we no longer, or once we didn't give them what they wanted, or we stopped giving them what they wanted, or once they saw us as empty instead of an opportunity, once they moved on to the next, we can't find those people. Those people don't have the same love and energy as they once pretended to have. People pretend well. And I know you know this, but I just want to speak some more common sense into your heart tonight. People pretend well. And there's a lot of people who's real. There's a lot of people who will have your back, that will be there for you. So I don't want you to overthink these things, because you will never have to question, you will never have to consistently question something that's real. So if you always got a question, if you always be like, man, this person really rock with me, if you always are saying that, then you probably got your answer. Because the truth is, somebody who really rocks with you, somebody who really loves you, somebody who really cares about you and don't just see you as an opportunity, but actually wants to bring more opportunity to your life. They see an opportunity to help your life, to heighten your life, to better your life, not to take from your life. Those type of people, those are people that literally want to bring to your life and not take from your life. Those are people that say, you know what? Even if you're at your worst, I'm still going to be there. Even at your worst, I'm still going to be the best friend. I'm still going to be the best person for you because I truly believe in you. And those are the people that you need to keep your life around. But again, when we're hungry for opportunity, when we're thirsty for opportunity, we often find ourselves in these vulnerable positions where we say, oh, this must be it because they're selling me the dream that I've been dreaming. They're carrying my insecurities. Manipulation 101. Somebody literally knows your insecurity. That's why I say be very careful with telling people everything about your life when you first meet them. They're literally taking notes, be like, oh, okay, like that's what you're insecure about? Okay, cool. Let me make sure I don't do that. Let me make sure I do more of that to secure your insecurities. And they do everything right on paper. Just because somebody does everything right on paper doesn't mean they're right for your life. That's why you got to be careful about opening up so quickly to people and telling people your life story and what was wrong in your past and all your insecurities, because a person that wants to manipulate you is taking notes and say, okay, I'm going to make sure I don't do that, because if I do that, it's going to raise a red flag that I'm an opportunist or I'm a bad person. But if I do the opposite of that, they might start to think I'm a good person and I can start to gain their trust. You see, opportunists, what they want to do, they take time with it. If you're not careful, you'll be fooled. But what they want to do is say all the right things, promise all the right things, even do sometimes the right things, even consistently do the right things for a period of time, because they want to gain your trust. And once they gain their trust and earn access to your life, then that's when they start to use your life. That's when you're knee deep, waist deep, and it's hard for you to get out that situation. I call this my mother's doorbell theory. My mama, and I'll tell this story really quick. Some of you heard this story. My mother, if you want to get inside our house, you have to be a person that she really trusts. I don't care who you were. I had friends that couldn't come inside my house. If you got past the front door, consider yourself a trusted human being. If you got upstairs, man, you might as well be family. But you were a person that if she didn't know or trust, she was talking through you through the peephole, right? She was like, huh? She might open the little latch and maybe talk to you through you there. She made people earn their way inside of our house because she's like, this is my house. I'm not gonna let anybody in my house. And it's the same thing with your heart. Some of us, we let people into our heart so freely without earning it. And I know earning it sounds like a bad thing, but it's not. People should earn your trust. And they earn your trust with consistent action over time. Not consistent action for a week, not consistent action for a month, but over time. Because again, time will expose somebody's true motive. Somebody can't hide who they are for too long because they get frustrated when they're not getting what they're trying to steal from you in the first place. So understand, number 3, the person that sees you as an opportunity, I hope y'all getting something from this. I hope that you're getting something from this, and I hope that you apply. I really do. I hope you're not listening and saying, oh yes, this is great information. Hey man, you're right, Trent. Apply. Apply. Take ownership over your life. I've told you since day one, it all starts with you. It all starts with you. And I know I'm talking that real. I'm spitting that real. I'm giving that real. I understand that. But you got to make it real. I can talk real. I can preach real. I can all that stuff. But until you make it real, nothing is going to change. You have to protect your life, protect your peace, protect your mind, protect your energy. You have to protect you. And I'm not saying be overprotective. I'm not saying build walls around your life. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is I want you to be more conscious about who you allow in your life. Because again, some people don't see you as a friend, don't see you as the title that they gave you. They see you as an opportunity. And when they use you up, they disappear from your life. Number 4, okay? The 4th person that will do you wrong. The person that wants your soul, man. Let me take a deep breath on this one. Hope that you're still with me. The 4th person that will do you wrong. I gotta slow down on this one, because this one right here, the person that wants your spot will do anything to make you lose your position. Be aware. I'm going to say that for you one more time. The person that wants your spot, whatever that spot is, it could be a relationship spot. It could be a friendship spot. It could be a football spot. It could be a job spot. Whatever that spot is, the person that wants your spot will do anything, right? They have no limits. Will do anything to make you lose your position. Be aware. I was just talking to a young man this past week, and I'm going to share this story real quick because I think it can help you. So I was talking about my story, and I was talking about some addiction stuff. And the young man, like 16 years old, I wasn't offended by it because I know how it is to be a 16-year-old listening, but he started laughing. And I don't think he was laughing at me. I think he was laughing at his friend. But it was pretty disrespectful because I'm talking about addiction. I'm talking about suicide. And he's laughing. So I say, hey, man, what's so funny? Saying nothing funny about that. And he got offended. He got offended real quick. He's like, I wasn't. And I said, bro, the point is you was laughing. Just say yes, sir, and move forward with your life, bro. I don't need no explanation right now because ain't nothing funny about suicide. I was talking about my best friend that committed suicide. I said, ain't nothing funny about that. You can see tears in my eyes right now. Like, I stand on that. And I'm one of them ones, bro. I wasn't talking to them in a threatening manner, but I have to let them know because if you're talking to kids, this is a side note as speakers and communicators, you have to own that audience, by the way, or kids will dominate you. Just that's a side note for any speakers out there. And I saw the look on his face and he kind of got angry. And I told him this. I said, hey, I know I told you something that you didn't want to hear. I said, but you're a football player, right? What if a coach tells you something that you don't want to hear? And I said, right now I'm in a place of authority, not authoritative over you, but I'm here to speak. I'm a leader right now. So you got to give me the respect that I would give you because I'm going to give you respect if you were speaking. So I said, if you have something to say, like feel free to say. You have something to say? He's like, no, I don't have anything to say. So I said, it let me know right now that you have a hard time with taking correction. I said, you wanted to pop off, I could tell, but you saw me as a grown man, so you didn't. So I said, do people control you easily? Do you get angry easily? And his friends around him was like shaking their head. And I said, okay. I said, well, let me help you right now, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this. This is my point in telling you this story. Of course, me and him had a deep conversation after we worked things out because I care. I said, I care about you, bro. I said, I don't want you to be in a position where you do something like this and you lose an opportunity that's meant for your life. So that's why I couldn't let that slide. But I said, man, you seem like you get angry when people talk to us. So you might be uncoachable. And his friends kind of shook their head like, yeah, he'd be uncoachable. So I told him, I said, hey, bro, I'm going to tell you this. The person that can anger you can control you. I said, I see in you right now, I could say something to you to make you lose your position. There's probably a kid that can come up to you and say something to you to make you lose your position. I'm not telling you not to be a man, not to stand your ground, not to handle your business. I'm not telling you to back down. What I'm telling you is you might have a spot, a position that somebody wants, and you can't control your emotions, and you get angry, and you want to pop off, you want to fight back. That person can literally say something to you and do something to you, make you pop off, and guess who gets in trouble? You do. Guess who loses their position? You do. Guess who gets kicked off the team? You do. You don't realize that some people are plotting and scheming on you because they want your spot. And that's what I want to tell you. Like some people around you, some people, even people that you know, people that you don't know. And I'm not telling you to overthink. Don't operate in don't operate in fear, but just be aware because some people will do anything to make you lose your position. Some people will make you do anything to make you lose your position. Somebody literally can say something to you on purpose to make you look like a fool, especially when they already tried to. We go back to number 2, right? The person that you left in the past wants to try to control your future. And I said, how did they try to control your future? Sometimes they try to control the narrative about you, the conversation about you. So what some people will try to do, and like, listen to me right now. Some people, what they'll try to do is they'll tell people that you're crazy. They'll tell people that you this, that you that. And what they'll do is they'll put you in position to verify what they told other people. So they might do something crazy to you that deserves a response like that. That deserves you probably popping them across their face. I don't preach violence. That probably deserves it. But what you don't know is that they already told everybody else that this is how you are. You're angry. You know what I mean? You don't have no self-control. They just spread that rumor about you. And this could be in any type of capacity, not just, being angry, but just think about like the depths of this. Some people will literally do some college reports on you. You know what I mean? They will go like investigate who you are to the T and like create this whole thing just to crucify, just to tear down your life, just to ruin your reputation. So now they make you angry. And what happens is you do something or say something that validates the character that they said that you are, that validates the attitude that they said that you have, that validates the person that they told everybody that you was. And we all have a person inside of us that gets angry. We're human. We all have these emotions. But now you look like the fool. Now you look like, oh, you're the angry person. Now that you look like exactly what that person said you were. And now what happened is they tricked you out of your position. So don't give people the pleasure. Don't give people the opportunity to pull you out of character. Don't give people the opportunity to control your emotions. I know it's hard. I'm preaching to the choir. Because again, there's some times where I want to be like, turn T. Shelley, right? Okay, what's up? But at the same time, I got to ask myself, is this person worth it? Is this situation worth it? Like, look where I'm at in my life. Is this person worth it? Right? Are these people worth it? Right? To defend my name, I'm at a place in my life where you can talk about me. I had somebody the other day on Facebook literally post a quote or a comment. You might can go see it. I was at my mom's grave and the person was like, said something negative about it. Now, that's my mama. You know what I mean? And that's a sensitive subject for me. So a part of me wanted to like grab the person through the phone and pull him out the phone, right? And like square up. But I said, nah, that's somebody trying to control you. This person doesn't know you. And if this person can control you through a Facebook comment, we got some work to do. So I gave myself a second. I thought about the situation. I said, I'm gonna give this person the exact opposite response that they're expecting. And I just told this person something that they didn't want to hear in a positive way. I said, next time, why don't you join me at the cemetery at the grave with my mom? That'd be super dope. I know that person didn't expect that type of response. So I get it. I know it's hard sometimes, but take a second, take some deep breaths, and don't give a person the pleasure to see you sweat. Don't give that person the pleasure or those people the pleasure to be like, see, I told you they was like that. I told you. These days, they got a camera phone on you. I told you they was ignorant. I told you. And now everything that they're saying, all the lies that they're saying become believable. So there's some people that want your spot. There's some people that want your relationship. There's some people that want your spot as a friend. There's some people that want your spot at your job. There's some people that want your spot as a football player, a basketball player. There's some people that want your spot. You got to be careful. And some people will pose as friends. There's some friends that might want your spot. Now, don't overthink it, but feel the energy. There's some friends that might want your spot that will put you in vulnerable situations where you can lose everything. I see it in college sports all the time, where a kid, is around another kid and that kid gets in trouble and the kid gets kicked out. The other kid doesn't. The other kid takes that kid's spot. It happens all the time. So number 4, the person that wants your spot will do anything to make you lose your position. Be aware. Last but not least, before we do some Q&A. So team, send some questions to me. I want to answer some questions. Last but not least, number 5, the 5th person that will do you wrong, the person that can't stand what's right about you will, oh man, hold on. Man, these are so real, bro. These are so real. The person that can't stand what's right about you will always try to expose what's wrong about you. The Trent Shelton Podcast, I'm going to just say it. You guys have made this the realest podcast. I believe it's so straight up and so real, and the world needs it. So make sure you share it. Make sure you listen. All the things. Like, I appreciate you for being here right now. The person that can't stand what's right about you will always try to expose what's wrong with you. There's people in this world that only hate you. They don't hate you because they hate you. They don't hate you because you did something wrong to them. They don't hate you because of your skin color. They don't hate you because of the way you look. Some people only hate you because of the way other people love you. That's one of my favorite quotes that I've said since 2010. Some people will only hate you. Some people only hate you just because you love other people, because they want that love. And that jealousy kicks in, that admiration that they have for you that turns into envy because their ego is controlling them. See, some people that really hate you, they admire you. It starts as admiration. That's why you got to be careful. Admiration can turn to jealousy and envy real quick because the ego says that I deserve to be them. I deserve that spot. And there's some people who are silently competing with you and you don't even know it. They think they deserve your blessings. They think they deserve then they try to justify, they ain't special. What they doing, that ain't who they are. That ain't this, that ain't that. I had people in my past, I know who Trent is. I knew him in high school. Like, that's not who he is. I knew him in high school. I knew him, and you ain't talked to me since high school. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that will sit there and say that and try to create that narrative because they can't stand the way other people love you. So in my case, the more I grew on social media, the bigger I got because of you guys spreading the word. There's people who start to hate on me for no reason. I never did anything to them except succeed. I never did anything to them but win. I never did anything to them but actually stick to the commitments that I made to myself. I never did anything to them but become legendary. That's it. Some people can't stand that. Some people got a jealousy disease that they need help with, that they need to actually deal with because they're not doing anything with their life. So when you're doing something with your life, it's reminding them that they ain't doing nothing with their life, but being a watcher, but watching everybody else live their dreams. They ain't put in no work. They ain't put in no sacrifice. They ain't did nothing with their own life, but they sit here mad at you doing something for yours. And some people literally can't stand that about you because you winning. That's it. Ain't nothing about you bad. You just winning. Ain't nothing about you bad. You just elevating your life. Ain't nothing about you bad. You just taking care of your family. Ain't nothing about you bad. You just creating some more financial freedom. Ain't nothing about you wrong except that you doing actually what's right. But what happens is they try to make you feel wrong and try to expose that you ain't perfect. trying to find the little things. You see this on social media all the time, that people will nitpick and try to pick people apart. Oh, well, this person said this and this person did that. And people create videos about people because they're not happy with their life. Again, you'll never meet a happy hater. And that's what we're seeing. I'm not saying people are above critique or above criticism. I'm not saying are above opinions. I'm not saying that. But when you start to win, when you start to be happy, when you start to walk around with a smile on your face, when you start to look like success, when you start to be successful, I'm not talking about monetary things, when you just start to feel successful, right? You got peace in your life, you got joy in your soul, you got happiness in your spirit. It irritates people. People want you to walk around with bags under your eyes and look like stress. As long as you're stressful, as long as you ain't doing the things that you wanted to do, as long as you live in a settled life, as long as you ain't making your dreams come true, everything's okay. They love it. But as soon as you start to turn the page towards greatness, as soon as you start to hit the block and turn on that street towards legendary, that's when they got a problem with you. Even though since day one, they knew that was your direction. And when you start to make it happen, see, the problem is some people didn't ever believe that you can make it happen. You told these people that you would do it. You told these people that you would become legendary. You told these people that you would rise. You told these people that you would bounce back. You told these people that you would heal. You told these people that you would overcome. They didn't believe it. But once you start to make it happen, they start to justify why you don't deserve it. They start counting your blessings, why you don't deserve your blessings, why you don't deserve your happiness, why you don't deserve your husband or your wife, why you don't deserve a happy family, why don't you deserve your job, why you don't deserve your success. They start to justify why you don't deserve it instead of looking at their own life and checking their own self. And that's the word that we live in with people. And I'm just keeping it straight up with you. I know this conversation might be a little too much, but I'm just keeping it real with you. That's the world that we live in. We live in a world where literally people tear down people for doing what they said they were wanting to do, for doing what they would want other people to be happy for them for doing. That's the crazy part, right? They're trying to expose what's wrong about you when they know that is right about you. So they start to tell people, oh, I know this person. They really ain't like that. I know this person. Oh, yeah, they got some insecurities or they got some imperfections. And I tell people right now, if you're looking for somebody to judge, pick me apart. I promise you'll find imperfections beneath this surface. I ain't here to be perfect. I'm not one of these influencers here to trying to be perfect and make you think that I'm an expert, I know everything. Go find somebody else for that. I'm a person that I have imperfections beneath the surface, but I'll tell you right now, I'm a purposeful person. That's fact. Can't nobody take that away from me. But that's what people want. They want you to silence your greatness. They want you to silence your voice. And they want you to feel bad for doing what's right. So yeah, that type of person, that person that can't stand what's right about you, will always try to expose what's wrong about you. This is the person that you tell people about like what you've done and your success, and they always try to change the conversation, or they always try to tell you like what you did wrong. That's the first thing that they do. You ever been around a person like that? That when you talk about something good in your life, they always point out what's wrong. The first thing they talk about is what you did wrong. The first thing they talk about is what's wrong with it. You might show them some piece of art that you created. Well, I see this wrong with it. Right? They just got an eye to find what's wrong in everything that you do because they don't want to see the right in you. They have programmed themselves to find every wrong in you. And what you can't do, what you can't allow, is allow these people to continue to control your life. That's what you can't do. You can't allow these people to continue to control your life with that. You have to go live your best life regardless. And that's what I want for you. So just to recap, number one, the person that hates their life will always try to find ways to keep you from loving yours. Before I answer these questions. Number two, the person that has left you, the person that you have left in your past will always try to find ways to mess up your future. Okay, I'm gonna say that in a slower tone. The person that you have left in the past will always try to find ways to mess up your future. Number three, the person that sees you an opportunity will act like they're for you when they're really just for themselves. Their whole mission is them. They are self-centered, all about them. They might present that they're for you, might tell you all the right things, but really, they just for themselves. Number four, the person that wants your spot will do anything to make you lose your position. Be aware. And number five, the person that can't stand what's right about you will always try to expose what's wrong about you. What I want you to do right now, Trent Shelton Podcast, if you listen to this in real time, I want you to write in the chat, which ones have you dealt with? I want you to think about, if you can't write it down right now, why are you going to change this? Why does your life deserve to no longer have all of these or some of these things in your life? And why do you have to make the change? That's a question you have to answer, because you'll never make change if you don't have no opportunity cost to it. So what is it costing you to continue to allow these type of people in your life? What is it costing? Your happiness, your peace, your future, your success? It's probably costing you everything. It's probably costing you everything. So what I want to do right now, as we wrap up this conversation, I want to answer some questions. All right. And we have a few questions that people have sent in that I want to answer. Okay. So one question was, how do we get people to be happy for us? You can't, okay? Like that's something that you can't control or change. Happy people will be happy for people. There's nothing you can do to make somebody be happy. I mean, they can pretend to be happy for you, but as I always say, you're only in control of what you give somebody. You can't make somebody accept something. You can try to influence it. You can try to influence somebody to be happy for you, but I'm gonna tell you right now, don't lose yourself trying to please someone else. Don't lose yourself trying to make somebody be happy for you, because as we all know, it all starts with you. So happiness is to come from you. I know it feels good when people are happy for you, people are proud of you. Like I love that when people are happy and proud for me. But my happiness of myself don't depend on somebody's happy for me or not. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I keep it pushing. Like, dang, I really want you to be happy for me, but oh well, I'm happy for myself. So you can't make people be happy for you, right? You can just be a good person and create an environment of happiness. I think that's the main thing that you can do. The second question that we have is, how do you know when it's time to remove someone from your life? I'm gonna just say it like this. Number one, pray on it. Because again, I never want to tell you something, have you make a decision based on what I tell you. Like, I don't have to live with your decision. So I want to say that I don't have to live with it. So don't just listen to this and be like, okay, I'm kicking this person out of my life. Like, no, like you need to pray on it. And what I would tell you is, if you always have to question if it's real, like if you've been questioning that for the last 10 years, 5 years, whatever it is, and the person doesn't give change behavior, if the person keeps creating problems in your life, there's no progression towards becoming better, then that's a person that you probably don't need in your life. That's a person you probably need to move on from someone, from that person, because you're expecting a change that they're not willing to create. And your good heart probably sees the best in that person. They probably show sprinkles and little moments of their best self, and you hold on to that. Or maybe there was a time where they were their best self and you held on to that. And that's what you see them as. But I always say, you can't allow what was to make you forget about what is. You can't allow what was to make you forget about the reality that's staring you right in your face. So you know it's time to remove yourself or remove somebody from your life when they keep creating problems over and over, when there's no change, when you have expressed how you feel, when you set boundaries, they keep disrespecting those boundaries, because then it's a choice. They're choosing to treat you the type of way, and you're choosing to tell them that I'm okay with this. You tell people how to treat you by what you accept. Third question we got here. I'm gonna take a few more. What do you do when you moved on and you're healing, but you get lonely? I understand that, right? I just posted this today on my stories. Just because the path is lonely doesn't mean the path is wrong. The path is sometimes gonna be lonely, especially if you don't have a lot of people in your life. But as I always say, as you go down the path of a certain energy, I like to say greatness energy, just being legendary, doing the right things, I believe you encounter people. I believe as you strengthen your magnet, as I call it, you start to magnetize the things in your life that are meant to be there. So a time in your journey might be a little lonely, but I would tell you, reach out to people, have conversations with people, get around environments, join a run group, join a club here or there to get around people. You got to put yourself in environments where you don't feel lonely, if that's what you're dealing with. But you're going to have moments where you're alone. You're going to have moments where those thoughts are, flooding your mind. Like you can't escape them. That's the part of this journey of healing. You're going to go through that. But as long as you keep moving forward, as long as you give yourself the permission to feel, remember what you feel isn't always real, but feel your emotions and you heal from those things. Like I promise you, as you continue down the path and journey, it won't be as lonely. But those first few weeks or those first few months, even the first year, might be a little bit lonely. But that doesn't mean you need to go back to something that made you feel lonely in the first place. Number 4, how do you trust again? Great question. I always trust. I tell people all the time, when people say, I don't trust nobody, that's cap. Like CAP, what's on my head, that's cap. You trust everybody. Let's be real. You trust the person making your food at the fast food restaurant. You trust the person driving next to you that they're not going to swerve off the lane. You trust the person you're pumping gas next to, they're not going to, pull out a gun and kill you. Like, you have so much trust, but we tell ourselves to protect ourselves that we don't trust anybody. So I always say, since we have trust anyway, just have more intentional trust. So what I mean by that is that's like, subconscious, like natural trust, right? We just, as humans, we're going to have trust as we live this life. But with intentional trust, it's saying I'm going to be intentional with my trust. And so for me, I give trust to everybody. I do. Because I know I'm probably going to give it to you anyway. So I give trust. But when I start to see red flags, when I start to see things that ain't solid, I take my trust back and I change the position that you are in my life. You might be, top tier in my life, but if I start to see some things that I don't agree with or just ain't right to me, I'll bump you down, you know what I mean? And I probably won't be around you much and you probably won't be around me much. And that is what it is. No love lost, but sometimes you got to learn how to love people from a distance. I told y'all this since 2009. So I'm always giving my trust away freely because I can take it back anytime that I want. That's a great question. Number 5, how do you deal with a jealous sibling? I don't know. Both of my siblings aren't jealous, but I'll tell you, jealousy is something that you can't control. And you can't allow those things to control you. So if they're jealous of you, you know what I mean? It just means that they aren't happy in their life. That's all. You gotta, when you can't change the situation, you must change your perspective towards the situation, right? You can change your perspective. You can just tell yourself, like, they're just not happy. It has nothing to do with me. Because I promise you, if that sibling was living their best life, living their dreams, they wouldn't be jealous of you. The jealousy comes from them not doing what they want to do. That's it. Them not having what they want to have. And when you realize that, you say, oh, it ain't about me, it's about them. Because if they had what they wanted to have, they were happy. If they had what I had, then they would be cool. It wouldn't be no jealousy there. So don't take it personal. I know it still hurts because you're a human being, but the more you shift your perspective and you stop taking it personal, you remove yourself and say that's a them thing, not a you thing, it's easier to deal with. Number 6, last question. What do you do if your kid doesn't communicate with you? That's a really deep question. And I'm going to give a short answer to this because I guess this question deals with the podcast episode. I have times when my kids don't communicate with me. My kids, where they're upset, I say something or I take some away they don't agree with. But I'm always in control of what I give. I preach this. I've been preaching this. You're in control of 2 things, what you give and what you accept. So when it comes to a kid, I'm always going to give. I can't make them receive love. I can't make them accept love. I can't make them accept anything, but I'm going to keep on giving it because I never want to get to a point where my kid would be like, well, you never gave it to me. You never tried enough. So I'm going to try and I'm not going to lose myself, but it's my kid. Kids are different, right? Depending on the age, I don't know the age of your kid. I don't know if they're grown or whatever, but just depends on the age too. But I'm going to make sure I have no regrets to say, at least I tried and I tried hard. I'm going to keep on planting these seeds. I'm going to keep on giving this love. I can't make you receive it. I can't make you accept it, but I can continue to give it. And hopefully one day that you will accept it. Hopefully one day that you will receive it. So never let people control how you move. It's one of those things about not letting people control your character. Never let how somebody treats you control how you move, to dictate your good heart, to dictate your good spirit, right? Don't let people do that. Now, be aware of what you give. You don't want to give so freely that you become empty. But at the same time, you don't want to move differently because of somebody treating you a certain type of way, because then they hold a control over your life. Guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate you rocking with me today. I appreciate you listening to this podcast. If you're joining me live, thank you for being here. If you listen to this on audio, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. I appreciate you. What you can do for me to help me spread this message. If you feel like this helps somebody, it helped you, it can help somebody that you know and love, I need you to share this. I need you to subscribe. Trent Shelton Podcast, Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you listen to podcasts. We're going on YouTube every Monday and every Thursday. We're doing a lot there. And I'm going to start doing these live podcasts more often. I feel more energy when I do this. So thank you for joining me. And again, as I always tell you, it all starts with you. Keep moving forward. Let nothing hold you back. LBB, live it, breathe it, be it. Never let this world take your smile. It's rehab time. Let's get it. Thank you so much.